Hello everybody, it is me, Emily Chung, back with another video. And today, I'm going to be talking about my camp experiences. So I went to camp about a month ago in December, and it wasn't awesome. It wasn't terrible. It was just, I don't know. But I'll be talking about just some experiences I had with camp, which wasn't really the best, but yeah. So, first of all, packing. I was just procrastinating the entire time. I was not really doing anything. I was just picking out which clothes I wanted, picking out which shampoo I wanted to use, and all that stuff, so yeah. And by the way, camp lasted for from Monday through Friday, so just pretty much an entire school week. So as I was procrastinating, my mom, thank you mother, was just packing up all the things. Yeah. Oh my god, there's an airplane passing by. But yeah. Well, then on the day of the camp, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm not looking forward to this. Yeah. So I went to school, said bye-bye to my mother, parents. So I said bye to my parents, and I went inside my school. Everyone was having like a jolly old time, and then I'm just like, no. I don't want to go. I want to stay home. Like, paying for it was at least like $200, and my parents forced me to go even though I didn't want to, and I wish I didn't have to, but yeah, okay. But yeah. So, by the way, this video is not scripted, so this video is not going to be good at all. But yeah. So our teachers were just talking about like some camp rules and when we're gonna get there or when we're going to go to camp. So yeah, and then like an hour later, the buses arrived, and they were like cool looking buses. They're not just some old little school buses. They were cool looking. They were super tall. I thought it was like 2 floors, but it wasn't. It was just super tall. And yeah, and they didn't have seatbelts. Yes. Okay, so sorry. But yeah, they didn't have seatbelts, which was, I think it was cool, but some people may disagree. But yeah, we got into the buses, and the trip took about like 3 hours. They said it would take like 2 hours, but it took 3 hours instead. So yeah, good thing I brought my watch. And yeah. So, I was just talking with my friend, Rachel, most of the time. And by the way, she has a YouTube channel. It's called Weird Girls Co. And yeah, you should go subscribe if you want, but yeah. So, I was just talking with her for like 30 minutes, and yeah. And then I remembered that I brought a gigantic bag of sour cream and onion Lay's chips. And I'm just like, yes! So I tried to save them for camp, but it was so hard, so I just stuffed myself with chips. But of course, my friend Rachel asked for them, and I gladly gave it to her, because it was huge. It wasn't party size, it was like family size. Yeah, it was family size, so yeah. I keep saying so yeah, I'm such a weirdo. Fast forward to when we got to camp. It wasn't as awesome as I expected. It's just a bunch of grass, and then I saw a lake called Possum Kingdom Lake. Yeah. And by the way, So we got off the bus, and all the teachers said we had to go inside this certain building where the camp instructors will introduce themselves and stuff like that. So they introduced themselves, and they said some cool facts about them, and then they called out camp, the cabins. And yeah, I was hoping I would be with my best friends, and I actually was. So I was in cabin 10, and I was picturing like a cozy little log cabin, but no. It was just it looked like a normal house. It wasn't bricks, it was like Like, I don't even know what it was, but yeah. So we got in. It was actually cleaner than I thought, even though there was like dust piled up in the corners, but yeah. So I thought all of the beds would be bunk beds, but no, there were only 2 bunk beds, which would mean like 4 people sleeping. So yeah, I was really disappointed, but then there was an upstairs. So I just quickly ran upstairs with my gigantic suitcase, and plop, I went into the very corner of the upstairs. And by the way, upstairs didn't have any bunk beds, but I didn't really care. So yeah, so my friend Rachel and I were upstairs, but then I realized that there were not enough beds. But luckily there were like little rolly beds, like little wheelies, like they had wheels on them, and they were downstairs. So I'm like, okay, I don't even care. So yeah. And by the way, we had 2 chaperones when I thought we would only have 1, so that's kind of a bummer. Yeah. So turns out that 2 people had to go downstairs and have their beds on the wheelie rolly beds. I keep calling them rolly beds for some reason, but yeah. I'm just like, nah. I already put my sleeping bag on top of my bed. I already got cozy. I am not. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the sun just decided to actually be good today. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm so weird, but yeah. So I'm like, it's definitely not gonna be me. And yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So one of our chaperones, which is actually the counselor of my school, she did eeny, meeny, miny, moe for the 2 people who were gonna go downstairs. And the first person was someone that I wasn't even friends with, and then the second person was me. So I'm just like, no way, I am not going downstairs with someone that I'm not even friends with. So we basically just thought everything out, and it turns out me and my best friend Rachel were going to go downstairs. And the beds downstairs were pretty cozy, but the thing is, it was so cold. It was like 15 degrees, and I live in a place where 15 degrees is like freezing. It's like super duper cold. I don't live in Canada or something. So, yeah. So my bed was right next to the door, the entrance, and I'm just like, no, why? Okay, so I was really angry, and every time someone went through the door, I just get a blast of air and wind, and but anyways, yeah. And this cabin did not even have heaters. No, I don't think any of them did. I think they do, but none of them had heaters, so that's just awesome. And plus, all of my cabin buddies forced us to keep the fan on, so it was pretty much just freezing in there. Yeah. So after everyone just talked and just chilled in our chilled, is that even a word? You know what? I don't even know. But we just kind of just stayed in our cabins until we had to do the activities. Camp activities. No. And by the way, we got to the camp at about 11:30? I forgot. It was like a month ago, but yeah. So, our very first activity was pretty much the most boring thing ever. And it was just trailing. It was just walking on a trail. It was so boring, but I had to go anyway. So yeah, it was pretty much just a super duper boring little trail walking thing. And yeah. And by the way, the stations, or the activity stations, our teams are like, not teams, you know what, I don't even care. Our 2 cabins combined, so yeah. Anyway, so we were just walking, and then I just saw a bunch of parents. There were a lot of parents who came actually, but mine didn't, because I mean, that kind of ruins the fun of camp. But anyways, we were just walking on the trail, blah, 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 and then, yeah, it was actually pretty boring, and it was super duper cold. And I tell you, 15 degrees is cold where I live, alright? It's barely, you know, So fast forward to lunchtime, and the dining room is like a whole building, okay? It's an entire building. Whoa, look at that lighting. Okay, but it's just an entire building, and that's just crazy. So yeah, we went inside, we sat at the tables, and it was so fancy, you guys. They had plates, they had silverware, everything. It was nothing like at my school. We just have foam trays and plastic silverware, but now they had like ceramic plates. Oh my goodness, this lighting is just, oh my goodness. Okay, clearly the sun wants to mess with me right now. But anyways, where was I again? Oh yes, the silverware, the fancy plates, everything. They had pictures, so they were just telling us all the rules about the lunch thing. And yeah, so we ate our lunch. And yeah, so by the way, the people who gave us the lunch, so they're called Tricks, or the Trick. And basically, oh my god, the sun. Okay, well, the Trick was the person who had like a upside down plate, and my friend Rachel was the Trick, so she got us the food. And the food was so fancy, like it's like 10 times better than school food. And maybe not better, but it's just 10 times fancier than school food. This actually felt like a restaurant that you didn't even have to pay for. Actually, no, you did. You know what? Yeah. So they gave us food. It was delicious. Yum, yum, yum. This is going to be a long video, I promise you. But yeah, so fast forward to like evening. At like, not evening, just like at 5 o'clock, they give us a 1 hour and 30-minute break to just chill in our cabins. So yeah, I went inside my cabin and it was so cozy until my cabin buddies turned on the fan again. Yes, super duper boring. I mean, not boring, just super duper cold, and I don't understand my cabin buddies. Yeah. Oh, yes. But anyways, I don't have to tell you all the details. But basically, after the break, it was pretty much already evening, and we ate dinner. Dinner was also very yummy. Yeah. So this is only the first day, and it's already 12 minutes long. Yeah, so, So we sadly had night activities. We had night activities. So my night activity was, or my group's night activity was sensory hiking. So basically we were just walking in a forest or something in the dark. It was completely dark. I could not see a thing. And we had to walk in a line and hold each other's shoulders, and it was just okay, well, anyways, I'm so sorry, but so yeah. I kept bumping into things like logs or something on the floor, and I tripped and it hurt. And it was even in the dark, so it was just 10 times worse, and no one even knew that I fell. So everyone just left me, and then I had to catch up with the person. I forgot who was in front of me. I think it was like another person's mom, and I just had to catch up to them. I had no idea where they were. This was just horrible. So then we went back to our cabins to sleep for good, and our camp is just so cool because they let us sleep till 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is nights out. And did I just say nights out? I meant lights out. But yeah, so it was about like 9 o'clock, and then everyone had to take a shower. How are you supposed to how is everyone, and there was about like 10 people in our cabin. How is 10 people supposed to take a shower in 1 hour? That means everyone will have to take a 6-minute shower. So some people, they volunteered to do it in the morning, but I do not shower in the morning. I hate showering in the mornings, so I did it at night. And it took me like at least 10 minutes to take a shower and 5 minutes to change. So we had like 2 bathrooms. Our bathroom is like split into 2. So one of them has the shower and a toilet and a sink, and one only has a toilet and a sink. So the place with only the toilet and the sink is where you change, and the place with the shower, toilet, and sink is always, okay, that's too obvious. It's obviously where you take a shower, but yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that was awesome, and it was so nerve-wracking for me because, like, they said to take 5-minute showers. I took like a 10-minute shower, and all the chaperones were like they were just looking at me like, so yeah, I was one of the last people, and then, yeah, and I forgot to bring a book. So I was bored to death but like right before it was 10 o'clock, and they said you can obviously sleep before 10, but why would I sleep before 10? Why would I do that? Like, my bedtime for school is like 10:30, and I still managed to wake up early enough. Yeah. But, yeah. So, that was the first day, which is very elaborate. Already 16 minutes long. So, yeah, I need to find a way to just wrap up everything. Because that was only the first day. Like, wow. Second day. I wake up. People are showering. People are screaming. People are refreshed. And me? I had eye crusts everywhere. I had saliva crusts all over my mouth. I had a total bedhead, and I was horrible. And then everyone just looked like they literally just, oh my god. And yeah, so I changed into normal clothes right away because, yeah, and everyone called me, like, everyone said I was so fast, even though it takes me actually, like, at home it takes me about, like, 3 minutes to change, but I feel like it took a little less at camp because it was just that nerve-wracking. But anyways, yes, so fast forward. Okay, so we went outside, and our activity was hiking up a mountain called Johnson's Peak. And we had nothing. We had no gear on us or anything. So, is it okay if I don't move the LPS and I just talk like this? Is this okay? Because my hands hurt so much. You know what? No. So we were hiking up Johnson's Peak, aka this really steep mountain. There were rocks everywhere, and I kept slipping on the rocks. I felt like I was about to die. It was so steep, you guys. You don't even know anymore. Plus, there were slippery little tiny pebbles and rocks. So yeah. And then we finally went to a flat area, and we jotted down some notes, and we went walking again. More steep things. And then finally there was like a little trail on the mountain where it was pretty flat. It was still like kind of steep, but it wasn't as steep as the beginning, which was super duper bad. It was so bad. But yeah, and then we eventually hiked up all the way to the tippy top, and we stayed there for about 8 minutes, and yeah. People took pictures, and I had no idea you were allowed to bring cameras, which I was kind of sad about because I couldn't take any pictures, sadly. But yeah. Anyways, I actually have a shirt that says I survived Johnson's Peak. So that's pretty cool. So then we ate breakfast, yummy as always. I got some cereal, I got some eggs, I got some waffle. I got everything, you know. And yeah. So I don't know what else there is to tell about that day. So night activities. We had a star lab, and it was basically just it was like a bounce house looking thing. And it was completely dark in there. There were no windows or nothing. So, it was super dark. It was really cool. And the camp instructors were just telling us stories. Yeah. So we went back into our houses, or not houses. We went back into our cabins, and then we just took a shower, brushed our teeth, changed into our pajamas, all those little things. Then I went to sleep, and then the third day, I woke up, put my clothes on. You know what? I don't even need to tell you that, because that just cycles every day. So I'm just gonna tell you guys the activities that I did for the rest of the video, because it's already 20 minutes long. First activity was, it was called Devil's Island. Yeah. So one of our camp instructors, so we were just riding like this little boat. Sadly, we did not go canoeing, which I was super sad about, because I wanted to go canoeing, but we didn't. Instead, we just rode a boat. What was that? So we rode a boat instead, and yeah. So we went to So we were at Devil's Island, and yeah, and there were like rocks paved like stairs, which was actually really cool. It was also really steep. So then we went up, and then like I'm doing hand motions with my other hand for some reason, because you can't even see it on the camera, or yeah. So I don't even know why I'm doing that. But anyways, yeah, so yeah. And we jotted down some more notes, and then we went back up to the very top of the island, and then we got told some stories, and the camp instructor said it was real, but it was obviously not real. So apparently there was this guy, I forgot his name, oh my god, I don't even know, but basically, there was this guy, he was super rich, he had everything that anyone would ever want, except he had this skin condition, and then he went to this hotel called the Baker Hotel, and then this guy named Mr. Baker gave him some water. Okay, wait, hold on, so he jumped into every body of water he could, and his skin condition did not get better. And then this guy named Mr. Baker, he gave him water that made his skin well and healthy and all that stuff. And yeah, so yeah, but yeah. And then he had these workers called Bert and Ernie. Of course, Bert and Ernie. They think we don't know who they really are. But yeah, so these guys named Bert and Ernie. Yes, I know you know who they are, but yes, they were his workers. And then there were these like possums, and then these possums like ripped off Ernie's ear, and then he's like ah. And then a few minutes later, and then Ernie came back, and then like his side was like ripped apart, and then he was like, ah, that's so sad. And then Bert like shot all the possums, and they happened to be possums. Yeah, so yeah, he shot them, and then he did stuff, and then he like karate chop. I'm just kidding, you know. Yeah, and then I don't know what the ending was. I really do not know what the ending was. So yeah. So we went up more into Devil's Island, and there were a lot of cacti or cactuses. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, I think it's cacti. There were a lot of cacti on it. It was crazy. Okay, there was so much, but yeah. And then we just, I seriously need to wrap this up. But then they told us like another story, and I forgot what it was exactly. Yeah, I forgot the story. But basically that's how that place was called. And I'm not really gonna say it because let me see how I can say it. So I know like the underworld is not a bad word, it's just a place. But basically one of the places is called something Gate. The underworld's gate, basically. Basically this guy said, I'd rather go into the gates of the underworld, which is the actual word, not actually underworld, but I'd rather go through the gates of something something rather than something. I don't know. But then one story, so that's the stories the camp instructor told us. But the people were called Bob and Ross, which is just so funny because I think we don't know who Bob Ross is and who Bert and Ernie aren't. But you know what? Yeah. So yeah, we went back. So we got the boat. We went back, and by the way, we were on like Possum Kingdom Lake or something. But yeah. Anyways. Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, so anyways, fast forward to the next day. It was fun, you know, it was just pretty fun, the 4th day. So, long story short, we were in the forest, and then we were doing an activity. So there were 2 blocks, like 2 little wooden planks over here, and there was a rope hanging from the there was a rope hanging, and then we had to get from one wooden plank to, not plank, I don't know why I keep saying plank, wooden block to the other wooden block without falling. So basically we had to put our knees, so yeah, but basically I'm not gonna get into detail, but basically, so everyone was on one block, and then we had to get to the other block. And yeah, when I tried it, it was actually really cool, because it was like Tarzan going like, yeah, you know what I mean, swinging from the little vines. But yeah, and then I made like 3 people fall over. So if you fall over from one of the people swinging, you have to go back to the other plank or block. Yeah. Fast forward to day 5, the last day. I was like, I'm not going to miss this place. This place was terrible, and I don't like it, and I'm not going to miss it. So yeah. And then we ate some good breakfast. We did horseback riding. Oh gosh, horseback riding. Okay. So we went to the horses, and I think this was my favorite thing out of every single thing we've done. Yeah, so we went horseback riding. Like we didn't just sit on the horses. We actually, like, the horses went on a trail, which was actually really cool. Yeah, I was a little bit nervous, not really, but yeah, I was kind of nervous, to be honest, because I haven't rode a horse in such a long time. The last time I did was like in preschool, and they were barely even moving. They were only walking a little bit, so I was kind of nervous, but there was nothing I had to be nervous about. Those horses were like actually really, really trained. Like, they were really good, so I had nothing to be worried about. And yeah, and I for some reason I just kind of forgot all the rules. So my horse started walking for no apparent reason, and then I just pulled on that little string, the little harness, as hard as I could, and then they just like jumped up. I was so scared. I thought I would fall over, but I didn't fall over, thankfully. And there was a lot of poop on the ground. You don't even know. There was so much poop on the ground. But anyways, yeah. So they started walking the trail. It was really cool. And yeah. Yeah, apparently this one guy, he fell off his horse into a pile of cacti or cactuses. I just felt kind of bad for him. I didn't kind of feel bad for him. I did feel bad for him. But yeah, but he's okay now, obviously, because it's been a month already. But yeah, anyways, this video is so long. I'm so sorry. You guys don't even have to watch this entire video. I just, yeah. But anyways, yeah. And then we did archery. Oh yes, archery. I've never done it before. I mean, I haven't done it before the camp archery. It wasn't that bad, honestly, even though I have no strength. And yeah, I was actually not very good at it. But yeah, archery was fun too. Not the best though. Yeah. And then there was like these group of little children. Just kidding. They were the same age as me. They were probably older, but there's this group of kids doing arm wrestling, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna win any of these people. I'm the weakest person you'll ever meet. I have never won anyone in arm wrestling except my friend Rachel. Oh yes, Rachel, but I'm so sorry. I thought she was joking. I thought she wasn't actually trying, because I won her right away. I'm just like, plop, I just plopped her hand down right there. But no, turns out she just has she's just, yeah. So, that's really it. And then they gave us some chips, a sandwich, a ham and cheese sandwich, chips, and Capri Sun to eat in the bus. I'm just like, yay! And the chips were Lay's barbecue, and they're just so delicious. Oh, yeah. But anyways, yeah. And also they had a store, and I bought Dippin' Dots, a bag of Dippin' Dots. It wasn't a bowl. It was a bag of Dippin' Dots. And if you don't know what they are, it's ice cream that is in circles, like in the shape of circles. But yeah, I got Dippin' Dots for $3. So you had to bring $20, and I feel like $20 wasn't that good. But so I got Dippin' Dots for $3, and I got a shirt that said I survived Johnson's Peak for like so I had $5 in return, so that means the shirt was $12. The shirt was $12, and the Dippin' Dots were $3, and I had $5 extra. I was gonna buy another Dippin' Dots, but nah, it was really cold. But the good thing about it being cold is that my ice cream wouldn't melt. And my ice cream seriously would not melt, even at the very bottom. It only melted a little bit. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry it was super long. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't think you actually did. If you made it to the very end, I am so proud of you. I don't even know, but you don't even know. But yeah, anyways, bye.